Hey, everybody. Welcome back. Another episode
Hey.
of OpenLab. Andrea, Kim.
Hello.
Hey.
Do you guys
So
like
wherever
my
you're,
house?
yeah,
But I keep disappearing.
like you live in a mansion. Do you play
Yeah.
that piano?
Yeah, I definitely
Of
do.
course.
Of course I do.
Let's see, wherever you're catching us, you can, Facebook or YouTube, just comment there in the comments section. We'll see them. So that's relevant here coming up because we'll have some information on how you can win some swag in just a minute. So I want to make sure to do that.
You guys, can we just talk about the weather for a second? I don't know where most of the viewers are at the moment, but I'm in upstate New York and I am so sick of cold weather. Tomorrow it's April. It's officially spring already, and all week long it's been in the 20s. It's been miserable. It makes me just want to go someplace warm, like maybe head out to the West Coast, hang out at the beach. You know, Jeff, our buddy Dalton, you guys all know, we talk about him all the time on the show. Well, his twin brother Bodie is a big surfer out in the LA area, and we went out there a couple times. It's so beautiful. We should just go stay with him for a week or so. And I'm not actually sure what he does for a living besides surf, but it must be something pretty lucrative because we didn't pay for anything.
Oh yeah, he really took care of us. They do look quite a bit alike.
They really do. They really do.
I heard he might be in some legal trouble, so he's kind of hard to find these days. But you know what? I have a buddy in the FBI. I could reach out to him and see if he might be able to help locate him.
Really? Oh boy, sounds serious.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's crazy.
Yeah. Hopefully, people got that.
Listen, you guys, like I said, we're stretched thin for Roadhouse references, so we're expanding out into the Swayze sphere. Okay.
Yeah.
So just come along with us. It's fine.
Nobody puts OpenLab in a corner.
That's right. I know we're idiots, but we have fun. So for anyone who's watched us before, you guys know we always give away some awesome IL swag at the end of the broadcast, and we make you work for it a little. So if you're new to OpenLab, this is how it works. We ask you a question, you answer in the comments along with the appropriate hashtag, and your name gets into the drawing. So today's question is this: are you currently selling more or less on Amazon since you started? So just answer the question with the word more or the word less, along with hashtag more or less, and your name will be automatically entered into our drawing.
Yeah, that's a good one. Yeah, and so you really want to make sure you enter today, since today's episode's it's kind of bittersweet here, since due to a lot of different factors, things that have happened, today's going to be our last episode. So we just want to take a moment, to not only tell everybody how sorry we are that we won't be continuing after today, but also to thank each and every one of you who've tuned in, and all your support over the last year. It really means a lot to us, and we really appreciate it.
I know. I can't believe that OpenLab is ending. I didn't even get a full year in.
Yeah.
But I had a great time doing the show with you guys, and I'm really going to miss it. Thanks to everyone who helped to make the show happen, and the viewers and the behind the scenes support,
Same, Andrea. I never thought I'd enjoy being on camera, but you guys have made it a lot of fun. So big thanks to you both and all of our viewers for all the support, questions, and comments. We really appreciate it.
Yeah. Couldn't resist.
For anyone that cares.
We had to.
We should have just switched it out until the end.
Yeah. It is the day before April Fool's Day, so.
April Fools!
A warning.
April Fools!
Yeah, early. Consider a warning. Now you're all prepared for tomorrow, so.
I know.
Yeah.
That's right. Oh, there's a comment from Apex Market, directions unclear. Okay, so Apex Market. So if you want to be entered into the drawing to get some InventoryLab swag, you just have to answer the question: are you selling more stuff on Amazon than you were when you started, or less stuff? So just type the word more or less, depending on what the answer is, along with hashtag more or less, MOREORLESS. If you look in the comments, you'll see some other people putting in the hashtag more or less. So that's all you have to do to get your name automatically entered into the drawing.
Yeah, pretty simple.
Yep.
So we were supposed to have a guest today. I was going to surprise you guys. Mom was due to visit this week. She still is, but due to road conditions and things, they're driving from Oregon here to Oklahoma. So they were delayed a bit. So they're still about 4 or 5 hours out. So no guest. So she's not going to get any swag from me because she missed our show. So tough love. So no, just kidding. She'll probably get some because we have new water bottles now. So
Oh, cool.
Oh, look at that.
yeah, fancy new colors.
Nice.
Of course, so in the swag boxes, we'll still have our flapjacks and our Scotty peelers, among other things. But somebody asked the other day what these things are when they get them in the boxes. And so what it is, just to show you again, you have the box flaps. You put one on one corner, one on the other corner, and it holds them down. So
yep, those are pretty awesome. They're flapjacks, but we also call them flapjacks because
flapjacks, yeah,
it's funnier. So
yeah, pancakes, Pancakes.
Yeah, exactly.
Yeah, there we go. They're the old standby. They're the OG swag items.
OG,
so,
that's right.
yeah.
Mm-hmm.
Absolutely. They never go
out of style. Yep.
That's right. I do want to give everyone a heads up to about next week's OpenLab, a couple weeks from now. And yes, we are continuing the show. We're having the folks from Be Cool on with us to go over some of the game-changing updates they've made to their repricer. So they'll all be here to talk about it. So that's pretty exciting.
Mm-hmm. That's right. And they're going to bring a great gift with them. Probably the best giveaway we've ever done with OpenLab. So you're not going to want to miss this one. It's definitely going to be great. No, I'm excited for this.
Yeah, it's going to be good. And it's going to be at a different time. It's going to be at 8 p.m. Eastern. So that'll be on the 14th. So that'll also be the first time we've done an evening OpenLab. So it's going to be special all around. Special swag, special guests, special time.
Yeah, and I assume when we put the reminder out a couple weeks from now, we'll have the time on there too. So
yeah,
if you guys don't remember now, that's okay. Just check back when we post that, and you'll see the difference, the time difference. So
it'll be a special after dark episode.
Yeah, there you go. After dark. All right. Well, it's time for our favorite segment of the show.
Our favorite corner segment.
Yeah.
The one and only.
Kim's Corner. Yeah, we still got to get music.
Yeah, that would be great.
Yeah.
Well, you got a piano there. You should have just played.
I know, right?
Yeah,
I know. I should just run over there.
Yeah.
Bad back. Sorry, can't do that. So welcome to another edition of Kim's Corner. I'm your host, Veronica Corningstone. So for today's edition, I wanted to talk about what's selling on Amazon and what may be profitable in Q2. Now, this is by no means an exhaustive or even comprehensive list. It's based on research I've done, coupled with my own personal experience as an avid Amazon customer, because I use Amazon a lot. Now, there are way too many categories in Amazon for me to list the top sellers and all of them without all of you falling asleep. So I'm just going to name some. According to Amazon, some of the top selling items right now are Gildan Men's Ultra Cotton T-shirts styled G2000 multi-packs, TurboTax Deluxe 2021 tax software, 2022 Top Series 1 baseball trading cards, Blaster Box, whatever that is, twin size Amazon Basics lightweight microfiber bed sheet set, Brighttown outdoor string lights, 12-pack of Celsius Essential Energy drink in sparkling mango passion fruit flavor, Taro T3000B liquid ant killer, Salon Ice Makers countertop self-cleaning ice machine with ice scoop and basket, Neutrogena day and night. Let me try that again. Neutrogena day and night wipes, and Amazon Basics 10-pack AAA high-performance alkaline batteries. So that's just a glimpse of some of the many top sellers right now. I'm sure it changes every day. So when you see all these things together, you may not see a pattern, or if you're like me, you do see a pattern. So as an Amazon shopper, I'm always thinking ahead to what I need for the next season, the next holiday, whatever. And when I look at this list and I see things like tax software, short sleeve t-shirts, and ant killer, I'm thinking about warmer weather, springtime, right? And all the things that the season brings. Things like the lightweight sheet set, the ice maker, and the outdoor string lights make me think of summertime. So what's the point in me telling you all of this? It's just to get you thinking about what buyers are looking for at certain times of the year. And people tend to shop one of three ways. One, they shop current, meaning they buy the things they need at the time they need them. Two, they buy ahead, and those are the people, you all know them. You might be one of them. You stock up way before the season, or at the end of the season, you buy up all the sale and clearance items for next year. Or three, they shop late and last minute. And I'm kind of a combination of all three of those things. And when you're selling on Amazon, consider the fact that, even if your items are seasonal, there are always people out there who are buying seasonal items all throughout the year. Not to mention, even if you're in a place like New York, like I am, where it's been in the 20s most of the week, there are still people out west and down south who can buy warm weather products almost year round. Which brings us to Q2. What are the hot items going to be for Q2? Well, listen, I can't even accurately predict what I'm going to have for breakfast tomorrow. So I can't promise you what's actually going to sell. But what I can remind you of is some of the biggest events and holidays coming up that you can gear up for. So for the customers who are buying current and last minute, you've got Easter. So this year, Easter's on Sunday, April 17th. Still plenty of time for people to buy for the holiday. Spring decorations, both indoor and outdoor. And sports is a big one. My son is starting baseball practice next week already. And even though his uniform is provided, there were still a ton of things we had to buy. There was a batting helmet, batting gloves, hat, cleats, baseball mitt, bat. And baseball isn't the only spring sport. This time of year is also when softball, tennis, lacrosse, golf, volleyball, and soccer are either starting or they're still in the middle of the season for a lot of kids. So that's a lot of sporting products to consider selling. For the customers who like to buy ahead, so we're thinking maybe even like thinking about getting into Q3, the big one is summer, of course. Start thinking about pool accessories, tools, outdoor decor and seating, summer clothing, beach gear, that kind of stuff. It's also the height of wedding season. So aside from actual wedding gifts and gift wrapping, a lot of people are going to be just looking at clothing and accessories for the weddings they have to attend. So we're talking jewelry, shoes, handbags, that kind of thing, ties. And then something that a lot of people, I don't think about a lot is the end of school. I think a lot of times we're focused on a lot of other things by the time school comes to a close every year. But when school ends, think about it, a lot of people end up buying their children's teachers gifts. And these last 2 or 3 months, depending on where you live, will go by really quickly. So it's never too early for people to start thinking about what they might need to get. And one other thing to keep in mind is that we've mentioned here, like before, is to make sure you're marketing your products appropriately. So if you're selling certain items with a season or a specific event in mind, include that in your product description to maximize the chances of your product coming up in an Amazon search. All right. And that's it for this week's edition of Kim's Corner. Thank you, as always, for listening to me. You stay classy, San Diego.
We have so many subtle references in our shows.
Well, what's so funny?
Yeah. All right.
All right. BooksKeep. So every episode of OpenLab, we talk about what's new with our good friends over at BooksKeep, but some people might still not be aware of what BooksKeep is and what they do. So if you run an e-commerce business, the tools and resources at BooksKeep can be invaluable in helping you manage your business finances and keeping your business running smoothly and efficiently. And one of the tools that they use over there is Profit First. And that's a program that helps e-commerce business owners manage their cash. So if you head over to bookskeep.com, if you go up to on the homepage, you see some headings at the top. If you look under the do-it-yourself heading, you're going to see some links for Profit First. The first one is Profit First Course, which is a self-guided video course that includes step-by-step walkthroughs, workbooks and templates, tips and tricks, best practices, and real-life stories, among other things. The second link is going to bring you to the Profit First book, which you can purchase right on Amazon. And for the third link, Profit First Resources, you can just enter your email address to get access to some additional bonus tools like videos, spreadsheets, and graphics. So if you haven't done any kind of a deep dive into BooksKeep or Profit First, and you're looking for a system that can help you manage your business finances better, definitely check it out when you get a chance. And again, that's right at bookskeep.com.
Yeah, they're an awesome company. Cindy's always very
Yeah, I love
helpful.
BooksKeep.
Yeah, BooksKeep is fantastic. And Cindy Thomason, who is at BooksKeep, she's been so generous with her time and her advice to our sellers. We just can't thank her enough for all of her involvement and the partnership that we've had for years now with her.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, it's invaluable.
Absolutely.
What do they say? She's a friend of the show.
She is a friend of the show.
That's right.
Absolutely.
All right, now time for product updates. Yeah, I got nothing. Nothing this week.
None this week. Nothing
That's
this
all
week.
right.
No.
So, but we did have, the archived inventory and the storage limits. And so, but there was some stuff in the, what do they call it? The funnel, the pipe, coming down the pipe, something like that. So stay tuned. But we do have Amazon news.
And lots
There's
of
a
it.
lot of Amazon news.
Yeah.
So much Amazon news.
All the news.
Starting off, all the news. Starting off, Amazon is set to remove aging inventory starting April 15th of this year. So starting April 15th, the following inventory will be removed automatically on a monthly basis from your Amazon fulfillment centers unless you opt out. So right now it's the default setting for all sellers. So you will need to manually opt out of this. So they'll be removing units that have been fulfillment centers for more than 365 days and that are subject to long-term storage fees. And they'll also be removing units of ASINs that haven't been sold in 6 or more consecutive months and that have been in a fulfillment center for more than 108 days. So like I said before, automated fulfillable inventory is on the settings page. It's on automatically. And what you'll need to do is go to the automated fulfillable inventory settings to disable the automated removal of aging inventory. So you'll be able to recover the value from these units through liquidation or have your inventory returned to you by providing a valid return address under the settings. So you want to make sure if you do want to have your removals sent to return to you, you will need to have your update your address at least 24 hours before April 15th. So the automated removal of aged inventory can help you save on long-term storage fees and improve your inventory performance index score. And it also frees up space in their fulfillment centers for more of your popular inventory. So that's the idea behind it. And, of course, if you have stuff returned to you, you can always sell it on a different marketplace and other stuff like that. You can donate it. So yeah, keep an eye out for that. That will be happening April 15th. Do not forget.
And those will show up right here on removals and disposals under reports. So.
Yep, removals and disposals right inside of InventoryLab. So that'll be there. Let's see. Our next news item is U.S. sellers are retaking the Amazon market share.
I skipped ahead. Sorry.
So 55% of the top third-party sellers on Amazon's marketplace in the U.S. are domestic businesses, which is an increase from the all-time low of 48% in November of 2020. We all know what happened in November, what was going on in November of 2020.
Yeah.
So for the past 16 months, US-based sellers have been increasing their share, and the percentage has been on a steady decline for years before, but now it is going back up. So good job, sellers. It's becoming more domesticated, and it looks like it's on the rise. So I thought that
Wonder
was a
how long
cool
that's going
snippet
to
of
last.
news.
That's a good question.
Yeah, we'll see. I think a lot of it has to do with, the intellectual property, the IP stuff that's going on with a lot of Chinese sellers.
Oh, yeah.
So I think that's why we've seen the increase, and a lot of new sellers, of course. So we see them every day. It's pretty cool. And then next, we have meltable season is upon us. So everybody get your chocolates in. So
Easter.
Easter. So this is from Amazon starting April 15th. So everybody remember April 15th. That's going to be the big day when the inventory, automated inventory removal starts happening too. Amazon fulfillment centers will be removed and disposed of for a fee for multiple items as well. So to avoid disposal of your multiple items, you're going to have to submit removal orders for inventory before April 15th. And multiple inventory will not be fulfilled or accepted from April 15th to October 15th, 2022, like they do every year. And multiple refers to all heat-sensitive products, including but not limited to chocolate, my favorite, gummies, select jelly and wax-based products, so stuff like that. And to protect your product integrity during storage and shipping, products and fulfillment centers must be able to withstand summer temperatures, which range from 75 degrees to 155 degrees Fahrenheit, which is crazy.
I didn't realize they got that
so
in there.
I know. I've never gotten melted chocolates, so I can't even imagine what they would look like after 155 degrees. And we have a link that we can show, so you can go to Seller Central and learn more about how you can download a spreadsheet that has all of the meltable ASINs on them from the same page.
Yeah, I remember when I was first starting, rookie mistake when I started selling on Amazon, and we got this great deal on these Ghirardelli, the chocolate squares with the caramel inside, and they were individually wrapped. Yeah. So I don't know. I must have bought 10 cases of this stuff, and I'm getting ready to send it into Amazon because we lived at the time in a fairly small condo, so we didn't have room for 10 cases of this stuff sitting around. And of course, I get the errors. No, you can't send it in because it's meltable, and so we're not going to store it for you. So I had to merchant fulfill it. So that meant I had to take a crash course on merchant fulfilling. But yeah, I ended up getting the buy box for that. This was like in 2016 or 2015, something like that. And I ended up selling all out because some hotel or motel bought a bunch, just kept buying them. Apparently they gave up for their guests. And my big regret though was I didn't keep buying them. And I lost, because they were on this like subscription thing, and I didn't even understand that at the time. So a little rookie mistake. It's like, oh man, I screwed that up.
I bet everybody has a story like that. I'm sure.
Whoever's got that account, you're welcome. So
as April had a funny comment. She said the list is not all inclusive. I have chocolate bunnies that aren't on the meltable list. So if you can get past it, then if they're not on the list, then
more power to you.
Exactly.
And we will tell you that too, just so you know, when you're listing those in InventoryLab, we do have a little warning that comes up and says you can't send it in because it's a meltable product. That's actually through Amazon, of course, but we transfer that so you can see it as your listing, just in case you accidentally buy something. So don't forget, you can merchant fulfill items, list them right through InventoryLab too. So
yep, that's what a lot of our sellers end up doing.
Yeah. It does not all or nothing. It doesn't all have to be FBA. It doesn't all have to be merchant fulfilled.
Yep.
Keep it in a nice temperate, climate, and you won't have to worry about your meltables.
That's right.
At home. Another article we have for more Amazon news is there's a new seller incentives from Amazon. So if you're a veteran seller, this won't really apply to you. But if you are a new seller, Amazon is setting up some incentives through their new seller incentives. Eligible sellers who take the required actions can qualify for benefits worth more than $50,000 in potential value. So more about that on Seller Central. But yeah, I thought that was pretty cool.
Yeah, that is a pretty cool option there.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, it definitely is. Donna wanted to know, is the meltable warning active now in InventoryLab, or do we wait until it's closer to the Amazon date, the April 15th?
I want to say we activated early just to prevent that, but let's see. Let me ask.
Yeah, I'm not sure because if it comes directly from Amazon, but I think we turn it on for our customers, for our users.
Okay.
Okay, apparently it's it's nothing that's set up, like we mentioned before, it's an Amazon error that comes through. So it's just funneled through our application to you. So there isn't anything that is done prior. I know we've done some things with fees and that sort of thing. We'll do those earlier because by the time the items get to the fulfillment center, the fees will be enforced. So we want to make sure you have your correct profit for those items so you know exactly what you're going to make with the new fees. But as far as the meltable thing, you just have to know. But there may be something coming down the road for that can help you. So since we're not canceled, keep watching. And you'll
keep watching here for all of our product updates.
Yeah.
Do we have any people in the audience who are from Dallas? I wonder. Because Dallas has an Amazon truck thief. It's not looking good.
Oh, that's not good.
Not looking good. Yeah.
5 delivery trucks.
Yeah, which is crazy.
That's something.
5 delivery trucks. I know. That's a lot of product when you think about it.
That is.
That the Dallas police are looking for him. So they arrested a woman already, so alongside him. But yeah, watch out, people in the Dallas area, for the Amazon truck robbery people.
Oh boy.
Yeah.
You're probably not hearing that, huh?
No sound on that.
Come on, StreamYard.
It's been laggy today.
Yeah, it's been a little laggy today. I've noticed that.
It doesn't surprise me that they've had these trucks stolen. It surprises me that it doesn't happen in more places because we have a guy it's the same guy too. He'll come by with his Amazon truck. He'll just park in our lot and he'll leave the thing unlocked and just hop in and go. So I'm surprised because we have there's some people that hang out downtown Tulsa here, and it's it's just funny to me that he hasn't lost his truck yet. So I'm sure a lot of them do that. They get out.
It's weird because you could say the same. You could say the same for any delivery truck. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Because they just hop in and out. So I don't know how that works, but
UPS, all those guys.
Yeah, but I'm sure they're targeting Amazon because Amazon will replace the cost item. So maybe it makes them feel less bad. I'm not sure, but they're still stealing.
Yeah.
So that's it for news.
All right. Thanks, Andrea.
New stuff today. Yeah.
Yeah.
Right.
Now. Tales from support.
Tales from support.
So I needed to verify that I didn't show anything on the next screen here, but okay, it's working. So I'll switch that back. So we've gotten several tickets about sending the feeds. They're sending the feeds into Amazon through us, but it's not registering in Seller Central, or they even get the success message from like box contents, but nothing's happening in Seller Central. And it could be caused by a dormant account issue. And so want to make sure that you resend the feeds. And sometimes you'll get an error back, but it's possible that there may not be an error that comes back. So what you can try is fixing a dormant account. So Amazon inactivates dormant accounts after some time, but they aren't alerting people. And so you won't even know that your account has been put in a dormant status. So what you have to do is update your credit card information, even though it might look up to date. So what you do is you go to Seller Central. You want to go to account info and then your charge methods. And when you're there, just replace the charge method. You can put in the same credit card again and just save it. And that'll kick off the reactivation process. And so once you've done that and verified your ID, it can take up to 48 hours to reactivate fully, but that may be one reason why they're not going through. We've seen a few tickets lately that have come in like that. So
yeah,
anyway,
very strange. I love that they don't tell people that.
Even our test account was deactivated recently.
Mm-hmm.
So, because we haven't been sending anything in, obviously. So every now and then we have to send stuff in and then have it pulled back just to keep it active. So it's, it's kind of annoying, but things we have to do.
Yep. Luckily, we have that contact at Amazon though. So
yeah. Any other things you can think of from support that happened this week? Or the last couple weeks?
Not really.
Yeah. Usual fare.
Yeah. Yeah.
All right.
Nothing stands out to me.
All right, we'll go into quick tips then. I've done quick tips in a while, so we were surprised when we did a recent survey that a lot of people weren't aware that we have archived inventory. And if you're not familiar, if you go to your inventory page, there's a little toggle up here now, and listed as the default. That shows your active inventory. But if you ever have inventory that's blocked or deleted or archived in Seller Central, it used to just be removed from your inventory pages. And so what that meant was that if you had, maybe you deleted them too quick and then you had sales that come in for those items or that didn't get registered, or there's a little delay there in getting it into your account, you wouldn't have that information. And so there'd be zero buy cost on there. And so what this does, if you toggle on there, you can see that these are all the items or the listings that have been, deactivated or blocked in Seller Central. And so we retain all that information. And you can come in here, even if there is no buy cost in here. So let's say you've deleted some, you forgot to put the buy cost in the inventory. You deleted that stuff. And you have sales now that have zero buy cost. What you can do is come to your archived inventory and just click on any one of them. And you can then update the buy cost here, just like you do on your regular inventory pages. And once you do that, it's going to filter into your sales transactions and kind of backfill those transactions and add in the buy cost, so you don't have to manually update that, which in turn will then update your financial reports. And so you'll get a better, more accurate picture of your finances that way. So that's quite an update. It's very helpful to have that there. And so those will remain for up to 2 years if there's no activity. So as long as there's activity within the archived inventory here, meaning, a sales transaction or something is happening with the stuff in your account, it'll remain. But once it's been 2 years' time, then those get removed automatically. So you'll see that changing over time. Another thing that someone asked about was updating their cost of goods in general. And of course, the best place to do that is in your inventory pages, because when you update it in inventory, then it automatically is pulled into your sales transactions, which in turn feeds into your financial reports, and you only have to update it in one spot. So, the normal way you can do that is, let me just get the standard view here. And what I did, I just went to the menu, changed the view. You can update these views, create your own custom views, but the standard view will show the list price as well as the active cost. So if I sort this and I see some of these that are zero buy cost, I can go in and just by clicking anywhere, I can go in and then just update the buy cost here with supplier, purchase date, and just adjust it there. And that's doing one at a time. Another feature that we have, though, is you can select several at a time just by clicking on the little boxes here. And then what it does is it activates the bulk edit button on the bottom. And so by clicking that, it creates this document. It's kind of like a spreadsheet. So it puts all of those items on one page. So I don't have to go to each item individually. I can just come in here. I can add in a buy cost, supplier, and just keep tabbing through. And then once I'm done editing, I can finalize it to save the changes. I can cancel to disregard all the changes and go back to where I was. Or I can just leave this in edit mode and just leave the open draft. So when I do that, I know that I have an open draft now because it tells me right at the bottom of the page. And then I can go right back to that. And then once it opens up, I'm back to where I left it. And so if you have sub accounts and you're in there with the main account, but you also have a sub account in there, it'll show you right up here that there'll be another user and who it is that's in the same document. So when somebody's in there at the same time you are. So that's pretty handy, and that's especially handy for replenishments. And so replenishments are items that you've sent in more than once, and you can tell because of the replens column. So if I were to sort that again, so I've sent this item multiple times. So if I wanted to update the buy cost for these replenishments, I can just select those. I can add them to the current open draft that I have, which I'm going to do. If I didn't have an open draft currently in the system, then it would just tell me to bulk edit. But I'm just going to add it to the one that I already created. And so you can see that it has all of the different rows and the cost information in each row. And so the same thing, I can just update these as I go down and just keep going down the page. So I don't have to actually even leave the keyboard. I could just tab through if I wanted to, just like a spreadsheet. And then once I'm done, I'll just finalize it, and those changes will be on my inventory pages. It'll update the buy cost for those cost sequences, which will in turn then feed into the sales and the financial reports. So this is a pretty handy feature that I don't think a lot of people use. So I'm just going to cancel out of that.
Yeah, and you can also copy and paste directly from a spreadsheet too,
right.
And it matches up with the cells. So that's another cool feature about the bulk edit. I think that's my favorite product update in the past since I've started. I keep mentioning it, but it's my favorite.
Yeah, it's pretty handy for sure. Yeah, thanks for that. Yeah, I forgot about the you can copy it from a spreadsheet as long as you have the the buy cost, supplier, and the date purchased next to each other in the spreadsheet. You can just copy those rows or those columns and paste it right in, and it works pretty slick. So, All right. So, and I haven't had this in a while because we haven't had any new webinars in a while, but we have a couple now. And you can get to the webinars by going to resources and then webinars. It takes you to the webinar page. These are the live webinars here, and on-demand events are the webinars that are pre-recorded that we've already had those. We've made a recording of them, and so now you can come in here anytime you want and then watch now. And so there's several there. The newest ones are the archived inventory. Just a quick overview. And then we have a storage volume and restock limit settings and how it all works. That's coming up Thursday the 7th. So you can register for that. And it'll eventually be here on the on-demand. So yeah, so that's all I got.
Yeah. Should we take some questions?
Yeah, let's do it.
Definitely.
Do it.
All right. I know I'm scrolling.
Yeah.
Yeah, if you have any questions, get those in the
Yeah, about
comments.
anything. Well, I did notice that there was a follow-up question about the meltables, I think. Donna was asking, will the warning show when I enter my batch info, or should I expect it to pop up when I sync shipment? That's when we were talking about all the meltable stuff.
I want to say it happens when you go to add it to the batch. Let me just confirm that.
Yeah, I think that's when it pops up, is when you add it to the batch.
Go through this every year. I try to remember how it all works. And it's like, how does that work again?
Right. It's like, this was a year ago.
Yeah, I'm asking the wizard. Asking the wizard.
We're off to meet the wizard.
Yeah. I'm surprised she isn't in chat.
Jeff, I thought you were the man
No.
behind the curtain.
Nope. Well, while we're waiting for that answer.
Sure, let's move on. I know Tucker had a couple of comments. I wish InventoryLab had a place to upload receipt pictures when adding expenses. Is there anything like that, or?
We have a lot. We have a user suggestion that's open where people have requested this.
Oh, okay.
So it's definitely on our developers know about it. It's on their radar. So if you would like to have your name added to that, we will. You can reach out to us at support@inventorylab.com, and we can add your name. And the more names we add to the open case, the more likely they are to implement it. So you can always reach out to us at support@inventorylab.com.
That's great to know.
Mm-hmm.
And I know we've talked before on the show about how our user suggestions and comments and requests, those things are taken very seriously. And anytime, we can do something that, you guys are asking for, it's always a good feeling. So just know that we definitely take all comments and suggestions into consideration.
Mm-hmm. We actually have a past OpenLab too about how user suggestions get made and implemented into our platform. So make sure you check that out too.
Absolutely. Yeah, it was really interesting to see how that whole process works. So, and then Tucker followed that up with, also, it needs to warn you when an item needs an expiration date. It tells you when it's too late and you have to completely start the shipment over.
Yeah, those listings, the catalog team on Amazon puts those in, and sometimes there's a flag that they turn on when it's requiring an expiration date. And sometimes it's an automated process by Amazon, because I had somebody with a ticket where it was a robe, it was a piece of clothing, but the descriptor was in the title, and it sounded like it might have been a food product. And so the only thing we could figure out is why they required an expiration date was because of that descriptor. And so we think it's kind of an automated process until someone complains or somebody opens a ticket with Seller Central support, and the catalog team can look into it and then fix it. But it's kind of, we don't always know when an item needs an expiration date or what, when Amazon's going to require it. There's some things you wouldn't think have an expiration date, and they do. And of course, like in this case, it was clothing, so you wouldn't expect an expiration date, but you couldn't enter it even in Seller Central because there was no expiration date to enter So they had to get that fixed before they could actually send that in. So yeah, it'd be nice if we could do that. It's just, food
Yeah,
products,
Amazon.
obviously.
Mhm.
Yeah,
Yeah, it's just unfortunate that Amazon doesn't return that error until you create the shipment.
right.
So there's no way that we can implement it in InventoryLab. So,
But But one thing, Tucker, you mentioned the other part of that was it's too late and you have to completely start the shipment over. You don't actually have to do that. Let me show you the page here. So as long as you have box contents on, like this one has box contents on. So you've created your shipment. You can go to box content information. Like right here, you can see the expiration date, but if you hadn't entered that, it would say NA there. All you have to do is click there. You can put in the expiration date. And once you do, then you transmit updated boxes by clicking here. And that'll send that information, the new updated information to Amazon. So as long as it's in working status, you can update those expiration dates and add that in without having to start over. So, and that's,
and that's as long as you provide box content in
right.
InventoryLab.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Because the expiration dates aren't sent unless you provide box contents through us. If you're doing it through Amazon, you have to enter it all in there. So, but if you have it, the shipment's in working and box contents on, just click on the hamburger icon here and select box content information and just add that.
All right. All right. Mabel asks, I'm new with IL. How can I convert FBM products to FBA within IL?
Let's see, we have an article. You actually have to do it in Seller Central. But we walk you through it. If you just, what I did there was I just went to Help Center from Resources and then convert. And or did we change the title of that article? See, I get used to finding articles. I was sure, thought it was convert. Well, let me just go to, I'm just going to go to Seller Central and just show you how to do it. Log in again. Okay, so you're in Seller Central. Just go to your menu, go to inventory, manage inventory. You can search for, maybe it's a merchant item that you want to convert to FBA. So you just sort by those. All you have to do, if this were active, all you'd have to do is click on the box to select it. I'll see if it'll give me that. And then just select the option, change to fulfilled by Amazon. And then what's going to happen is, let's see if it'll let me do that. So it'll let me convert it only. If you still want to use us to send it in, then just convert only. And then it'll walk you through the steps to do that. And when you do convert it, then it takes, I don't know, 15 minutes maybe to have it switched over. And then once we do a sync from Amazon on your inventory, then it'll be moved over to your FBA page from your merchant page. And it works in reverse, the same way for FBA. If you want to convert FBA to merchant, you can do it that way too. It's the same thing.
Yeah, so it gets done in Seller Central. Let's see,
Okay.
what other questions do we have? Will you be able to have eBay sales into IL using Zapier?
Yeah, we don't. You can't do it that way. Zapier is limited to the expenses page right now. But what you can do is, I know that eBay sends out a statement. I think it's monthly. It's a CSV file you can download. What you can do then, when you download that, you can then import it into your other income and other expenses, but you have to edit it. Make sure you're only including, like your income for part of it. I can't remember exactly how it's set up on eBay, but you could create a column like income column and maybe a name for the income, and then create another column for your expenses and another column for the title of the expenses. And then when you go to import it into, say, other income, you can, you'll pick the file. And once you pick the file, then you have to match up the column headers, because we require a couple different ones. And so you just match those up to your spreadsheet, and then you could import those in.
Yeah, so that's one way you can do it.
Yeah, there's not a direct way to pull those in using Zapier.
Yeah, unfortunately.
I saw somebody had was it Krista Ford? I want to say a 2-box shipment to a 1-box shipment.
Yep. Yeah, so Crystal wants
Yep.
to know, how do you change a 2-box shipment to a 1-box shipment?
So here's one. We already create your first box. So let's say I assigned, an item to that box. And then I create a new box. And then I'm going to assign this one. When I create the new box, it automatically defaults to it, so I don't have to select it. But I'm going to assign that. So now I have 2 boxes. If I can fit everything into 1 box, though, I could actually delete that. So what I'm going to do is I've got to go here and I've got to remove this. So put a 0 there so that it's not assigned any longer. And then I click here into the blank space and then just pick box 1 and then assign it. And now they're both into box 1, and all I have to do here is click on the tool icon and remove the box. And so now the 2 boxes become 1. I think you can probably just, let me try this. I think I can actually just select the box, and if it'll let me. And just move it directly. So now if I have 2 boxes, I can just pick box 1 and then just assign it. Now, well, let me do it that way. So I have to remove it first. And then once I remove it, then I can delete the box.
Yeah, so that's how you do that.
And sign it again.
All right, we have another question from Maybell. I'm new to InventoryLab. For tax purposes, what expenses other than products do I need to log into InventoryLab? How do you do it? Where do you go? What videos do I need to see to learn all of that? So other expenses you might want to enter into InventoryLab. If Jeff, you want to pull that up, you can just do that under other expenses. And this is where you can enter any sort of, you can enter your recurring expenses. Say you have, cell phone that you pay for with your company, or if you have credit card statements too, you can add those as well. for other expenses. Boxes, if you want to log how much you spent on boxes, you can do that as well, or tape or any other expenses that you may have. If you have a virtual assistant or you use a prep center, you can enter that into other expenses as well. So that's right under accounting, other expenses. And that will then show up on your profit and loss report, which is under reports at the very bottom. And you'll be able to see that actually, there you go. So it's actually parsed out there for you. You can actually see it by the other expense. So it's pretty cool. Or other expenses.
Yeah, you keep track of a lot of pretty much everything by just adding them to other income, other expenses and stuff like that. But
that is cool. And Jeff, can you show Mabel, like right there where you can go right in IL to look at webinars in case she's curious about, you know, any specific topic, especially being new to IL?
Just go to resources and then you can go to the webinar page to look at our on-demand ones. If you go to the help center, right away it shows video tutorials right there, and then our InventoryLab user guide. You can go to that. But also a good place for help is the community forum. So you can go to the community forum and post a question to other customers of IL and ask what other people have done as well. As far as just in case you're wanting to know what expenses are tax deductible and that sort of thing, that comes back to that BooksKeep. I think would be your best resource for that, because we're not accountants, obviously. So that's what that's the best place to learn for that.
Definitely.
And we do have an article. Oh yeah. And we do have an article too about with the taxes checklist. That's available in our
I think that is.
I think if you just type in taxes, should populate below.
Yeah, there's so much information on the
taxes
website. Yep.
So you'll need we'll go into more detail, but your inventory valuation, your profit and loss statement, any other things. We explain about how your numbers how the numbers work and everything when you're trying to when you're getting all of your taxes prepared. And another great resource, of course, is Cindy Thomason from BooksKeep as well.
Yeah,
definitely. I think we're almost out of time. We want to do that drawing for the swag giveaway. So if you didn't get your questions answered, we do apologize. Sometimes, you know, we get to everything, sometimes we don't, but you can always email us, support@inventorylab.com. If you're having something specific that you need help with, you can either go on our support website, like Andrea said, use the community forum, or you can submit a ticket to support.
And for those, I do see some comments, stuff, suggestions, and things like that. We'll make sure to get those entered as well. But real quick with Robin, setting your min and max when entering the product, it's easy to do in IL. You're right, it doesn't load automatically into Be Cool, but if you go to your closed batches page after you send that information in, as long as you have it set on your batch, let me go back to that real quick. If you have it set on your batch settings to capture save to InventoryLab, that's the one you want to have set. So as long as you do that, and then you go to your closed batches files, open up the closed batch, and then export the Be Cool Repricing Central file. And then you can upload those into your Be Cool Repricer to set your min and max. So, so that should help you with that.
Do it.
Yeah.
Definitely.
All right. I think we're ready to go. 26 entries. Okay. All right. So how many swag boxes are we giving out? You guys pick.
Oh,
3.
Yeah, that's
4.
what I was thinking.
Okay.
3
do
or 4.
4.
Sure. Yeah, let's do 4. Why not?
Okay. All right. Here's the first one. Oh, I forgot the drum roll.
You can throw it in after.
Yeah.
Nova, congratulations.
Nova, yeah,
Congrats, Nova.
congratulations.
All right. And another for the winner. Try it again.
Tia, congratulations.
Yeah. Oh, Nova. Yeah, that's right. Nova, you did win.
I forgot. That's right.
But I think you got the winner swag. We've got anniversary swag
Mhm.
now. So
Yeah.
I'm going to get
Different
another
swag.
water bottle. Can never have too many
remember
Skylanders or flapjacks. Sorry, I cut you off. Go ahead, Andrea.
Oh, no, I was just going to say, remember to, for your swag boxes, if you just reach out to us at support@inventorylab.com, we'll be able to give us your mailing address and we will have those boxes sent to you.
All right, here's box 3.
Ryan
All right.
B, congratulations.
And box 4. All right, Krista.
Krista Ford,
Congratulations.
Congratulations.
Woohoo.
All right. Now for the
Yeah.
grand prize.
All right.
The $50 gift card.
Gift card.
Rachel.
Yay.
That's my friend Rachel.
Yay.
I swear it's not rigged.
You swear. You can
I
see how
swear.
random it is.
I swear. She'll be thrilled. I'll let her know what to do to send her name in. Or I can just tell you her address. I know it. So
Yeah.
I could just do that. But congratulations to all our winners. Thank you everyone for supporting us and tuning in and putting up with our shenanigans. Because, I mean,
We have a lot of fun, but
you
we hope
kind
you
of
get
do
some.
get it all here, though, don't you?
Yeah.
You get
We're an odd bunch.
Yeah.
Yeah, you get information, knowledge, some Swayze references. Come on, we have it all.
Yep.
Don't forget though, next week going to be a big giveaway. You're not going to want to miss it.
Yes.
So on the 14th, 8 p.m. Eastern.
Yep,
Be
2
Cool
weeks
is
from
going to
now.
be here. Yeah,
Yep.
2 weeks
from now.
So
What is it? At the 14th?
14th,
Yep.
right.
Yeah, we have a really
414
good
day.
show. Yeah, but just keep in mind it's going to be 4 hours later than it normally is. So it's going to be 8 p.m. Eastern time. We'll have
If you're
reminders.
like Robin,
social media.
and you use Be Cool, or you want to find out more about it, they've made a major update to it. So it's going to be they're going to be talking about that, and like we said before, they're going to have a pretty big prize for somebody here. So but you have to be
Absolutely.
present to win. So
Absolutely, it's going to be all about repricing. So
Yep.
the whole
It's gonna
show.
be a
bring
good
your
time.
repricing
It
questions.
Yep.
They're ready. They'll be ready
Absolutely.
for them. So.
All right. Thanks as always, guys. We'll see you in a couple weeks.
All right.
Yeah. Bye, everyone.
Guys.
Bye.
Bye.